Hello friends, welcome to the session on digital electronics. In this session, we'll be discussing about shift registers. In this session, we will see what we mean by shift registers, what are the different types of shift registers, and we will also see how these different types of shift registers are constructed and how they are used. Friends, as you know that you are viewing this session on my YouTube channel, Learn with Prakash Khanade, and subscribe to the channel to see many videos on the subjects of electronics and computer science. So let us start the session with the question what we mean by shift registers. Shift register, you can say that it is a digital device and that is being used for the storage and the transfer of the data. So whenever we deal with the digital systems, in digital systems, we need to store the digital data and we need to process the digital data. In order to store this data efficiently and in order to process this data efficiently, we need the device, and this device is being called as the shift register. Shift register, you can say that it is a digital circuit, and this circuit can be easily constructed when we connect the flip-flops together. That is when the output of the one flip-flop is connected to the input of the another flip-flop. That is whenever we have a chain of flip-flops or whenever we cascade the flip-flops to each other, then we can construct the shift register. There are four different types of shift register. The first register is being called as the serial in, serial out shift register. So in this shift register, the data is fed serially, that is sequentially, and also the data is read sequentially. And therefore, this register is being called as SISO shift register. Another type of the shift register is serial in parallel out shift register. In this register, the data is fed serially, that is sequentially, but while reading the data, it has to be read parallelly or simultaneously. And therefore, this register is being called as the serial in parallel out shift register. Another type of the shift register is parallel in serial out shift register, where the data is stored parallelly or simultaneously, but while reading the data, it is read serially, sequentially, one after the other, and therefore such shift register is called as the parallel in serial out shift register or PISO shift register. The fourth type of the shift register is parallel in, parallel out shift register, where the data is stored parallelly, that is simultaneously, and also while reading the data is read simultaneously or parallelly, and therefore such a register is being called as the PIPO shift register. So shift register, one can say, is an important link between the digital system and the input output channel. Because whenever we want to feed the data to the digital system, then we require some input output channel, and the input output channel is being connected to the digital system through the device that is being called as a shift register. Shift register, one can easily find that they are used in various applications. Say, for example, shift registers are used in computers, they are used in calculators, and they are used in many other digital systems whenever or whichever require the storage and process of the data. Shift registers can also be used whenever we want to convert serial data to the parallel, or whenever we want to convert a parallel data into serial form. Then in such applications also, one can make the use of the shift registers. Also, one can easily find that in arithmetic and logic unit of the computer, in the circuit of pulse extender, these shift registers are used. Also, the shift registers are used in the delay line memory. So whenever you want to add certain delay in the memory elements, then the shift registers can be used. So in this session, we'll be discussing all such four different types of shift registers. We will see how they are constructed, and we will also see how they work. So let us go for the study of the first shift register, and this shift register is called as the serial in, serial out shift register. So as shown in this diagram, the input data is applied to the first flip-flop. The flip-flops that are used are the D type of the flip-flop. The output of the first flip-flop is connected to the input of another flip-flop. Similarly, the output of the second flip-flop is connected to the input of the third flip-flop, and the output of the third flip-flop is connected to the input of the fourth flip-flop. And the data out is taken from the output of the fourth flip-flop. The clock terminal of all the flip-flops can be made common, as well as the clear terminal of all the flip-flops is made common. So one can say that since we have used the four flip-flops in this circuit, and therefore this shift register can be called as a 4-bit serial in, serial out shift register. So in this shift register, the data is to be stored serially and it is also read serially. And therefore, whenever we want to construct a 4-bit serial in, serial out shift register, then we'll be requiring the 4 D-type flip-flops. So as shown in this diagram, the input data is to be applied sequentially to the D input of the first flip-flop. To store the 4-bit data, it is necessary that we should apply the 4 clock pulses. So initially all the flip-flops are clear, and then the input data is applied sequentially at the data input, first 1 bit at a time, and then we require 1 clock pulse in order to store the data. Now, when we apply the second clock pulse, then we need to apply the second data input so that the first data input will get transferred to the second flip-flop and the second data input will get stored into the first flip-flop. So in this way, whenever we want to store the 4-bit of information, then the data is being shifted serially from one flip-flop to another flip-flop, and the 4-bit data can be stored in the register. Now, once the data is stored, then we can have the data out at the output of the fourth flip-flop, that is at the output QD. Now, in order to read the data serially, again, we need to apply 4 more clock pulses so that the data will be available at the output QD. So in this shift register, in order to store the 4-bit of data, we require 4 clock pulses. And also, in order to read the data, we require additional 4 clock pulses. Now, suppose we want to store the data 1001 into the shift register. Then we can easily construct the truth table of the shift register. The initial content of the shift register will be 0000. Now, when we apply the first bit to the data input, and after application of the first clock pulse, the output will be 1000. When we apply the second data input 0, and when we apply the second clock pulse, the output will get changed to 0100. When the third bit 0 is applied and when the third clock pulse is applied, then the output of the flip-flops will get changed to 0010. And when the next bit is applied and when we apply the next clock pulse, then the outputs of the flip-flops becomes 1001. So one can easily observe that the data is being shifted from one flip-flop to another flip-flop. And after the 4 clock pulses, the 4-bit data 1001 will get stored into the shift register. Now, once this data is being stored, then we can make the data input equal to 0. And then serially, again, we need to apply 4 more clock pulses so that the data can be read at the output QD. And therefore we can draw the waveforms for this shift register as shown in this diagram. So initially, before application of the clock pulse, all the flip-flops are cleared. Then we will apply the data input 1001. The first data input 1 is applied after the first clock pulse so that that data will get stored into the first flip-flop. Then we apply the second bit, then we apply the third bit, and finally we will apply the fourth bit. So after 4 clock pulses, the data will be stored into the register. Now, in order to read the data, we again need to apply 4 more clock pulses so that the data can be read sequentially at the output QD. Now, another type of the shift register, and this shift register is being called as the serial in parallel out shift register, or this shift register is called as the SIPO shift register. In this register, the data is to be stored serially, that is sequentially. But whenever we want to read the data, then it has to read simultaneously or parallelly. Now, when we want to construct the 4-bit serial in parallel out shift register, then we will require the 4 D-type clock pulses and D-type flip-flops, and these flip-flops are to be connected as shown in the diagram. So initially here we will apply the data input, then the output is connected to the next data input or D input of the flip-flop. Observe that sequentially all the flip-flops are connected together and the output is taken parallelly at the output of the each flip-flop QA, QB, QC and QD. The clock terminal is made common and also we can make the clear terminal of all the flip-flops common. Now, whenever we want to store the data sequentially, then we need to apply this data to the first flip-flop. And in order to store the 4-bit data, we need to apply 4 clock pulses. As we have discussed in earlier case, the same process will be carried as far as the storing of the data is concerned. But once the data is stored, then this data can be read simultaneously at the outputs QA, QB, QC, and QD. And for this purpose, we do not require any clock pulse. Also, it is possible that you can make some control uh, output so that whenever we want to read the output, you can make the use of the AND gate, and whenever the AND gates are enabled, then only the data can be read. So in order to read the data at once, we do not require any clock pulse. So this is the shift register where the 4 clock pulses will be required to store the 4-bit of data. But to read the data, we do not require any clock pulse. Now suppose we want to store the data 1111 into the shift register, then we can easily prepare the truth table. Initially all the flip-flops are cleared so that the output will be 0000. After first clock pulse, the output will be 1000. After second clock pulse, the output will be 1100. After third clock pulse, the output will be 1110. And after fourth clock pulse, the output will be 1111. So we will require the 4 clock pulses in order to store the 4-bit of data. So as shown in this diagram, initially all the flip-flops are cleared and therefore the output will be 0000. Now, once the first clock pulse is applied, output becomes 1000, and step by step, you will find that the 4-bit data 1111 will get stored into the shift register. The third type of the shift register is being called as a parallel in serial out shift register. In short, we call it as a PISO shift register. In this register, the data is to be stored simultaneously or parallelly, but while reading the data, we need to read it serially. So in order to construct this shift register, again, for the 4-bit register, we will require the 4 D-type flip-flops, and they are to be connected as shown in this diagram. So one can easily observe that the preset inputs are used, and whenever we want to apply the data, then we are making the use of the NAND gates, and the outputs of the NAND gates and gates are connected to the preset input of the flip-flop. So the input data is simultaneously applied to the NAND gates, and there is one control input or preset enable input. And whenever this preset enable input is activated, then only the data can be stored into the shift register, into the flip-flops. Output of the NAND gates are coupled to the preset input. So whenever the preset enable is activated, the input data will get stored into the flip-flop without application of any clock pulse. Say for example, if I want to store the bit 0, then I will apply 0 to the input and I will make the preset enable input high. So 1 into 0, 0, and its output will be 1. So when the output is 1, then the preset will not be activated, and therefore the initial 0 will remain in the flip-flop because initially all the flip-flops are clear. Now whenever we want to store 1, then 1 into 1 is 1, its complement is 0, the preset will get activated and 1 will get stored into the concerned flip-flop. So one can easily observe that without application of any clock pulse, it is possible that we can store the bit information 0 or 1 into the flip-flops. Now, in order to read the data at the serial output, what we require is the 4 clock pulses. But since the output is taken at the serial output, we will require the 4 clock pulses in order to read the data. Now, suppose we want to store the data 1001 into this shift register. Therefore, whenever we apply to the inputs 1001 and whenever we make the preset enable activated, then this data 1001 will get stored into the shift register. Now, once this data is stored, then in order to read the data, we need to apply the 4 clock pulses so that the data will be read at the output QD in the sequence 1001. Now it is possible that we can draw the waveforms. So initially the data will be stored 1001, and then as we go on applying the clock pulses, we can read the data, and these waveforms are drawn as per the truth table of this shift register. The fourth type of the shift register is being called as the parallel in, parallel out shift register. In this register, the data is stored parallelly or simultaneously, and also it is read parallelly or simultaneously. So again, we will require the 4 D type flip-flops and or JK flip-flops, and they are to be connected as shown in this diagram. So one can easily observe that in order to store the data, we make the use of the NAND gates, and in order to read the data, one can make the use of the AND gates. So whenever the write or preset enable input is activated, then the data is stored, and whenever the read control is activated, then the data can be read parallelly or simultaneously. So in this case, the data is applied to the NAND gates as we have discussed in earlier case, and the output of the NAND gate is connected to the preset input of each flip-flop. So whenever we want to store 0 or 1, then we need to apply to the input and we need to make the write or preset input enable so that the data will get stored into the concerned flip-flop without application of any clock pulse. And now once the data is stored and once we want to read such data, then only make the read control input high so that all the data, all the AND gates will be enabled, and the data stored in the flip-flops will be made available at the outputs QA, QB, QC, and QD without application of any external clock pulse. So this is a shift register where we will not require any clock pulse in order to store the data or in order to read the data. So thank you friends for viewing the session. Hopefully you have understood what is the shift register and how these shift register works. Thank you all for viewing the session.